crazy German laws, 6 surprising things that are forbidden in Germany. Gonna be a really interesting video. Can't wait to get into this. Before we do, I appreciate if you guys can hit that subscribe button. And let's get into this video and check out these crazy German laws.
It's common in the US, but illegal in Germany? Here are 6 crazy German laws that you should know about.
Oh, so these are going to be laws that only are banned in Germany as well. It's illegal elsewhere.
Hello, servus, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Felicia. I'm originally from Munich, Germany, but I've been living here in Cincinnati, Ohio, on and off since 2016.
Okay.
Now, whenever people here in the US find out that I'm German, they usually ask me a bunch of questions, and one thing that I get asked a lot is if Germans are really as obsessed with rules and laws as they're often portrayed.
Right.
And my answer is usually, not every single German loves rules, of course, but yes, overall, following rules is definitely something that is valued a lot in Germany.
I've not heard of it a lot because I haven't really checked out Germany that much. I am, and I will be, but I've actually heard that, like, Germans will scream at you, like, shout at you, if you, like, jaywalk or something. Like, if you're not following the laws, like, they will do that in public. But that would never happen in the UK. Like, if someone screamed at me in the UK, I'd be like, yo, I'm getting robbed.
And Germans like to have regulations and laws for almost everything.
Okay,
however, some of those laws can be really surprising and funny, and that's why today I'll tell you guys about 6 crazy German laws.
Right, here we go.
Now, law number 1, it's illegal to run out of fuel on the Autobahn. As most of you probably...
Oh, that would be bad. Yo, because I haven't really checked out the Autobahn, but, like, you can go any speeds, right? Yeah, that'd be bad broken down there.
...know the Autobahn is Germany's interstate system.
Right.
If you want to learn more about it, you can check out these 2 videos. And when it comes to driving, there are indeed a lot of regulations that you have to follow as a driver in Germany. Like your car has to pass inspections every 2 years, called TÜV. Otherwise, you're not allowed to drive on the streets. You also have to have certain equipment, like a first aid kit and warning vests in your car. And in the winter, it's mandatory to have winter tires on your car. And yes,
Wait, you have to switch tires to winter tires? What? I've never... Wait, you have to, like, constantly switch between tires? Can't you just leave... Bro, if that was me, I'm lazy, man. I'd put winter tires on and just leave them on all year round. Can you do that?
Also obligated to always have enough gas in your tank as a driver. And if you don't and actually run out of gas on the Autobahn, you can be fined and might have to pay 25 up to 120 euros, since this is considered preventable. And in general, it's also illegal to stop or park on the Autobahn, even in the emergency lane. I mean, unless your vehicle is actually breaking down, but even then, you won't see a lot of cars just left there on the side of the Autobahn.
Yeah, because, bro, if cars are going any speeds, man, that'll be dangerous.
Whereas in the US, you regularly see broken down vehicles on the side of the interstate
that
were just basically parked there. And of course, since most places in the US don't use radar traps to enforce speed limits, but have cops pull people over instead, you'll often also see a car that was pulled over and also a cop car behind it in the emergency lane as well. On the German Autobahn, that would actually be considered jeopardizing the road safety, especially since on many parts of the Autobahn, there is no speed limit, so people are going crazy fast. Fun fact, apparently this also became illegal in a small town here in Ohio earlier this year in Youngstown, which is close to Cleveland, so don't do it there either.
Oh, wow.
Number 2, it's not allowed to name your baby Superman.
What? Wait, who names their baby Superman? Yo, I want to see why it's illegal, but, like, bro, is that a thing? Like, is someone actually called Superman?
Now, this one isn't technically a law, and you won't get fined for this, but fact is, and this is usually hard to believe for Americans, that in Germany, you can't just give your baby any name you want. It'll have to be approved by the local Standesamt, like the civil registration office, and there are...
What, all names have to be approved?
Rules as to what you can and can't name your kid. I mean, of course there are rules for that. It's Germany. We pretty much have a rule for everything. Now, whether the name you picked for your baby will be approved or not depends on different things.
Bro, listen, right? It was funny being called, like, naming a child Superman, but, like, not many people will do that. But, like, there's an actual law in Germany where the baby name has to be approved? Bro, what if I want to name my baby Apple? Would that be fine?
As whether it's a name that actually exists, whether it'll be a reason for bullying later on in the child's life, and sometimes they also don't accept names that aren't obviously a female or a male name, which this last one is kind of ridiculous.
Wait, so I can't call my son like, what's like a double name? Like Charlie, like Charlie's male and female, you know what I mean? It's like, bro, yo, that's crazy, bro. That's crazy.
Ask me. Here are just some examples of names that have been rejected before.
Oh, okay.
Waldmeister, Junge, which just means boy, Rosenherz, so rose heart, Bierstube, so kind of like a beer pub, Satan.
Someone's trying. Yo, Satan! Bro, who's trying to call their baby Satan, bro? Nah, that's crazy. That is crazy. McDonald? Gucci? Gucci's not. Whiskey? Nah, this is too funny, bro. This is too funny. Yo, imagine calling your baby a pain. What, because there'll be a pain?
A beer pub, Satan, or Satan in German, McDonald's,
Mad.
Superman, Pain, Gucci,
Wow.
Whiskey, or the last names of politicians like Schröder, which was Germany's chancellor before Merkel, or Lenin. And since I already see all these question marks pop up in your guys' eyes, no, you won't be able to call your kid Hitler either. Even though the first name Adolf is...
I can't lie. I'm glad she came up with that because we was all thinking it, right? We all... That's something that none of us want to ask, but we was all thinking it. But that makes sense. That makes totally sense why you can't call them that.
I already see all these question marks pop up in your guys' eyes. No, you won't be able to call your kid Hitler either. Even though the first name Adolf is technically allowed.
Right,
These rules are one of the reasons why you won't find a lot of crazy first names in Germany, and also why Germans are often very fascinated by what American celebrities name their kids.
Yeah, yo, bro, celebrities in America, or like celebrities in general, well, just people in general getting really creative with the names. I like it. I actually really like it. I kind of like the unique kind of names. So, but yeah, that's crazy. You can't do that in Germany, man.
Number 3, deny the Holocaust. Now, this one doesn't necessarily fit into a list of crazy or funny laws because I think it's neither of those.
Right.
However, many people from outside of Germany and outside of Europe aren't aware of this and find it a very interesting law when they first hear about it. It's illegal in Germany to deny the Holocaust.
Oh, wow.
So you can't just say that the crimes of the Holocaust didn't happen.
Oh, wow,
if you do, you can either get fined for it or you can actually get prison time of up to 5 years. Now, I've read many comments on the internet saying that this indicates that Germany doesn't have freedom of speech. Well, that's not true. We do have freedom of speech, Meinungsfreiheit, as a fundamental right in Germany. However, freedom of speech can be limited by other general laws, by provisions for the protection of young persons, Jugendschutzgesetz, and another person's right to personal honor. Those general laws, which are like the first example of what can limit your freedom of speech, cannot be laws that just discriminate against one specific opinion. They have to be neutral and they have to protect another legal right. In this case, the right that they're protecting is the dignity of the Holocaust victims and their families, which is something that we value very, very highly in Germany because after World War II, when the Federal Republic of Germany was founded, the very first paragraph of our constitution, the Grundgesetz, became human dignity shall be inviolable. To respect and protect it shall be the duty of all state authority.
Yo, that does make total sense, right? But like, there's crazy people in every country, you know what I'm saying? With strong opinions and everyone has different opinions. It's crazy thinking you could go to prison for up to 5 years for having a strong opinion about something, you know what I'm saying? Like saying something, right? That's crazy. Even right or wrong, bro. 5 years in prison, bro. What? That's mad.
So that's why denying the Holocaust is illegal in Germany, even though we do have freedom of speech, and it's also illegal in 16 other countries. Number 4.
Wait, it's illegal in 16 other countries? Really? Yo, what?
It's forbidden to mow the lawn on Sundays or play piano at midnight.
What?
Germans like silence. This is something you'll notice if you're ever...
Wait, you can't mow the lawn on Sundays or play piano at midnight? I don't play the piano. If I had a piano and I played the piano, I'd want to play the piano whenever I want to play the piano.
In Germany, especially if you come from a louder culture like the American one, Germans tend to speak pretty quietly, especially in public. And we also appreciate having some peace and quiet at home, which is why there are tons of laws and regulations about how much noise you're allowed to make and when. Sundays and public holidays have actually been defined as rest periods, Ruhezeiten, for the whole day, which means that you're not allowed to make loud noises that could disturb others. This includes mowing your lawn or using a drilling machine, for example. So if
you can't mow the lawn on a Sunday? Yo.
We're trying to do some renovations at home. Not on Sundays. This also applies to nighttime rest periods, which usually start at 8 p.m. and sometimes even to lunch hours. The rules for the lunch hours usually vary though, depending on where in Germany you live, and some rules will even be made by the house management of your apartment building. The Federal High Court of Justice has even ruled that playing an instrument in rental apartments is only allowed at certain times, from 8 a.m. to noon and from 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. And even
wait, why can you not from noon to 2 p.m? Bro, oh my, yo, listen, I ain't gonna lie. If I was living in Germany, I feel like I'd be arrested, bro, because I'm a loud person. I make these videos, I stream on Twitch, and the times that I record and stuff is past 8 p.m. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm not even out of bed until like 2-3 p.m. So I'd be screwed. I would be screwed.
Even then, you can only practice for a certain amount of time. Piano players only get up to 2 hours per day, and drummers, for example, get 45 minutes in the summer and 90 minutes in the winter.
Huh? So if I was a drummer, I can't drum for more than 45 minutes, who's going to tell me off? The police going to come knocking on my door and be like, yo, it's been 47 minutes, mate. It's been 47 minutes. You're going jail for 2 weeks now, buddy. You're 2 minutes over. Bro, what? That's crazy.
Yes, German laws are very specific. Number 5, it's not allowed to keep urns at home. This topic doesn't really come up a lot in conversations in everyday life, fortunately, but the Germans among you may have wondered about this when watching American movies before, because in the US, it's pretty common that after a loved one dies, you take the urn home with you. I've definitely seen this in movies.
The urn is where you keep the ashes from someone, right? In an urn. Right? Like it's like a pot kind of thing, right?
And shows before where either it's part of a comedic moment because someone doesn't realize that it's an urn, or of course it's part of a drama. Well, that's something that you won't ever see in Germany because we have a law called Friedhofszwang, cemetery compulsion, that says that any mortal remains have to be buried at a cemetery, or alternatively, after a cremation, you can have a sea burial in Germany as well. Now, in the past few years, the rules have been lifted a little in different states. In Bremen, for example, it's now allowed to spread ashes on privately owned property, but you're still not allowed to take the urn home with you. In general, there's pretty big differences when it comes to funerals and cemeteries in Germany and the US. I've actually had the topic on my list for...
So if you do cremate a loved one, right, or anyone, and you, with the ashes, and you don't want to spread them on your property or anywhere else, what would you do with them? Keep them on the shelf in the cemetery, like building, or like, would you bury the thing, the ashes? I thought normally people get people cremated because they put them in an urn, and then that's the whole point of it. No? I don't know, bro. I don't know too much about cremation and stuff like that, so I have no clue.
For a while, so let me know if you'd want me to talk about that more in depth at some point.
Very interesting.
And number 6, you'll be punished for saying "du" to a cop.
Wait,
okay, those of you who speak German probably understand this law right away.
What does that mean?
But for everyone else, "du" is the German word for you. Now, why would that...
Huh? So if I say "du" to a cop, I'm gonna get punished? Well, like he's gonna beat my ass? What? And it just means you. So that's like me saying to a cop, you. Bro, what?
That'd be a problem if you use that with a cop. Because in German, just like in other languages like French or Spanish, we have a formal and an informal address. So depending on what relationship you have with the person you're talking to, you'll use a different pronoun and also a different grammar structure when you talk to them. Du is the informal pronoun for you, while capital Z is the formal one. The formal one is...
Wait, so du and Z both mean you, but one's formal, one's... What's the difference between formal and... I don't... What? So, like, that's like... that's complicated.
Is usually used with people who are significantly older, strangers, people of authority, or just people that you have a professional relationship with. It really depends on the specific situation, but if it's not a child or someone you're close with, you usually don't use the informal address with them until you two allow each other to do so. Now, since police are people of authority and you speak to them in a professional context, you use the formal address with them.
Yo, I using Google Translator when I'm talking to a cop in Germany, then that's probably gonna get me in trouble.
And if you don't, and use du with them instead, that can actually be viewed as insulting an official, Beamtenbeleidigung, because it's disrespectful, and you may have to pay 600 euros for it. The actual fines are decided on a case-to-case basis.
600 euro? But bro, 600 euros? That's like, is that like £700? I'm not too sure about the currency between euros and, I think it is. It's around, it's pretty similar, and it's about $1,000. But that's crazy. For saying like an informal word to a cop? Yo.
But this is one number I found. I also found...
Bro, people in the UK like swears at cops. Bro, they will be in debt to the millions, mate. That's mad. Wait, what would happen in Germany if you swore at a cop then? If saying the informal word of you is 600, what if you swore at a cop in Germany? What would happen?
That showing a cop the finger gets you up. This is one number I found. I also found that showing a cop the finger gets you up to 4,000 euros. Now, technically, insulting an official is just based on the general laws of not insulting.
Yo! Oh my! Listen, if we had those laws in the UK, we would not all be broke, because I've never sworn at a cop, but so many people in the UK would be hundreds and thousands in debt. But then again, it'll be a law, so they wouldn't do it. But yo, that's crazy.
Others, there's no extra laws just about insulting officials, but I would assume that police enforce this much more than regular people do, so you should definitely be careful here.
And she's like comparing like the laws to like American laws as well in this video. I can imagine in America if they had the swear law or like informal, formal law in America, people would be in debt. I can imagine so many Americans, you know, saying some crazy stuff to cops. I ain't gonna lie. But yo, that's mental, man.
But also, I'm pretty sure that they would only enforce it if you obviously do it on purpose, and if they can tell that you're a non-native speaker and try to speak German with them and just make an honest mistake. I'm sure it's not a big deal.
Right, sure. So context matters.
I have come across a few more very interesting German laws, like the ones about beekeeping, but maybe I'll mention those in the future at some point. For now, what other funny, crazy, or just surprising German laws?
You guys gotta let me know. That was a really good video. I enjoyed that a lot. That was crazy. You guys definitely gotta let me know any other crazy German laws that you might know of. I had so much fun with that video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it as well. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. If you guys did enjoy, make sure to leave a thumbs up, subscribe for more content. I'm live every single day on twitch.tv/L3WG if you guys want to check me out over there. I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.